friends, welcome to the reading vlog. It has been another rough week in my world. I just feel like this year has been hard and there's been good things happening, but also it's just been really stressful. I feel like I haven't been able to really do as much content stuff as I've wanted. At this point, I think I'm like 8 books or so behind my reading goal, and it's just hard when things like that happen when the channel is like reading focus, right? Like, and I'm not reading. It's like, what the hell am I doing here, you know? I finally was able to get through all of my Audible credits to cancel my Audible, and then I just used my last Everand credit and I got Nettle and Bone, which I'm listening to by Kingfisher. I know I'm super late on that, and honestly I'm pretty sure this one's on like Kindle Unlimited or probably a library, but I haven't even been able to like get to my local library yet to get my new card, so I haven't been doing that. But this is one where I was like, I saw it, I was like, that sounds interesting, I'm in the mood for that. I just didn't think too much about it because if I did, I wasn't gonna find anything and I wasn't gonna have an audiobook on the go. It's like just okay. I read another Kingfisher that was such a huge disappointment, and I was like, I don't understand this. This one I'm liking better than that, which was Sword Heart, I want to say. This one is like about a princess who is like fed up with, you know, the monarchy and like the system, right? And so she kind of like runs away and is trying to be like in disguise so people don't know she's like this royal princess, and she basically comes across a witch who like gives her like 3 impossible tasks to, in exchange, the witch will tell her how to like kill a prince. So she basically does, and this witch is like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Now I have to like actually help you on this quest. But it's, you know, it's fine. I think the writing of this is better than Sword Heart. There's been some funny moments that aren't as cringe as Sword Heart was, and some like descriptions and things that have caught my attention as I'm listening and being like, that was a really pretty, you know, way to describe something, or like, oh, that was a nice like visual there. So I just have a feeling that Kingfisher isn't gonna be for me, and this is one of those ones that was just like so hyped up, and I saw it kind of when it came out on like so many lists, but it is quite short, so that's another reason that I picked it up. It's only 243 pages and it was like a 5-hour audiobook. Just trying to ease myself back into like cozy witchy, you know, fantasy for like the fall and winter, and I'm just really hoping I can get into some more of that. So it is Friday today. A lot of work and stuff to do this week, and I'm still kind of behind. I'm gonna have more to do. I do have a full day of like yard work and house stuff planned tomorrow. I have to get a bunch of firewood for the winter. I don't think I've updated on the vlog since I finished Slaying the Vampire Conqueror, which I really enjoyed. That was a 4-star. Carissa Broadbent is like back in my good graces. After The Songbird and the Heart of Stone, insufferably boring. Slaying the Vampire Conqueror was fun. I mean, a young witch who like gave her life for her kind of coven cult thing, and she like gave her sight and her life dedicated to this, and then she went on, you know, a mission to infiltrate, you know, the vampire conqueror, but he turned out to be like a really sexy, like protective, nice guy, you know, as you do. And I just like, I did enjoy it. So I did finish that. Good morning. It is Sunday and I have a lot to do today, so I'm gonna try and vlog. My face is breaking out at the moment. The travel and stress and everything that's been going on has gotten to me a little bit. But I did start a new book last night. I started the Betrayals. I read about 2 or 3 chapters last night. This is from my Read It or Unhaul It pile that I kind of went through a few months ago and never got around to even starting that endeavor. So this is apparently kind of like a dark academia-ish. I read a bunch of reviews last night too, and the general consensus was some people really loved it and others found the kind of 2 main plot points to be totally random and kind of clunky and nonsensical and things like that. So I don't mind kind of a abstract, non-linear, doesn't really make sense kind of like plot. but we'll see. I will say the text is very small in this, so I have a feeling like it could get a little bit hard and slow to read, but I mean, so far it's, you know, it's fine. It's interesting. It seems to have like some French influences, and we're just like meeting different kind of characters. And apparently there is like a political kind of subplot, and then kind of a more like academic competitive type of, you know, plot point as well. So we'll see. Right now though, I do need to knock out some work things that I did not have time to get to last week, unfortunately. And I kind of would just like to knock those out earlier than later. It's 10 a.m. at least some of it, so that I can kind of just relax tonight. And I do need to do a lot of chores around the house. The house is also a mess. It is just a big catch-up day, so I am gonna read some Nettle and Bone, listen to some Nettle and Bone, I should say. I still enjoying it. Like, I just don't see the point. Not that I don't see the point. I don't see the hype. Like, I don't see how people were like crazed about this book, but it's fine. I'll be happy to get another book on my read list, because I'm coming to terms with the fact that unless things really slow down for the last 4 months of the year, which they generally don't, then I'm probably not going to meet my reading goal this year. It's just been kind of a crazy one, and that's how life goes, and that's okay. We will still try. We will still see. I would like to be able to catch up and play some Genshin. I did that last night, so we'll see. My cat's trying to jump in between a plant stand. Okay, you made it. I am so sore. My back is really sore. Yesterday, we did yard work and like shit around the house all day long. We basically cleaned up 3 trailers worth of like pine straw. If you've ever, you know, lived in an area with pine trees and the pine straw, the pine needles, I should say. When we bought this house, the sellers so kindly, so very kindly left us, you know, hundreds of pounds of pine needles on the ground, and then it rained, so they were super heavy. It's fire season, so we can't burn them at the moment. So we did some cleanup, and my back is shot. So I'm gonna sit here in my computer chair. Oh yeah, this is my big reading chair that I have. I'm going to put on one of my friend's streams. Like I said, I've been really back into Genshin. There's a new update in a new area, so I'm gonna watch some streams today while I do some work. Friends, reading update. I have retreated back into my office after dinner, and after Matt just showed me a horrific picture of a spider he found in the garage with a million babies on it, and I ran away. And I'm just gonna get on my computer. And anyway, reading update. I've been listening to a little more Nettle and Bone, and I'm enjoying it. I have decided I do like it. I like the characters. The main character does have the very typical, like, she's naive and young and, you know, kind of stupid, but, you know, there's the burly kind of man protector who has joined her kind of steed and her little group of people on their quest, and I'm enjoying it. So the dog, the tip tappies. I've also read another chapter of Betrayals. I just sat outside a little bit while the boys were out there and just got some fresh air. So I'm hoping 7:15, but it's that time of year now where it's getting a little bit darker earlier, so I'm feeling like it's later. But oh yeah, this cabinet is one that is a new addition to the office. My mom gave me this. She replaced it with some other things. My mom's like in very much like shabby chic, kind of like French vintage stuff. So she replaced that with like another hutch. And this one has like a mirrored on the top, and then it has glass shelves, so I could put just some of like my trinkets and like crystals and knickknacks and things in there. But I think I want to paint that the same kind of olive green color that I painted that other little like side table that I will show you guys. I am done painting it, so I'm going to be able to bring it in here. And that's going to go over here next to my bookshelves. Oh my god, Hans. Anyway, I'm going to do some Genshin, just kind of grinding for a little bit. And I've been really wanting to play by Switch. Honestly, I haven't had the time. Have not had the time. So, we'll see. Hi, happy Sunday. It is a day of projects in the house, and we're also going to go out on a little adventure. So I am just running around. And so today what I'm gonna be doing is doing a little DIY on this like cabinet that my mom handed down to me. This wallpaper, this is just peel and stick that I got from Amazon. It's gonna go back here on the back. So it'll be like a little backdrop, and it's not like a perfect match with the green, but waiting until Matt gets the kayaks on the car so we can take them out for a little bit today. Not much reading has been getting done, you guys. We had a busy weekend with family stuff.
Your speech rested.
Hello friends, a little bit of a reading update. This is turning into like a multiple week, 2-week vlog. So anyway, I got ready today because I have to go to the DMV. And I'm hoping I can get my picture done because I did all this. But we'll see. I'm kind of having like a weird thing with like my car registration, all that shit. So I have to do that today, and I had to make an appointment, so it'll force me to go. If I'm just left to my own devices and they're just like, just walk in whenever, it's not gonna happen. So I did start a new audiobook today because I finished Nettle and Bone, and I don't think I talked about it on here. Like a final thoughts. I actually gave it 4 stars, which I was a little bit surprised about because I did not enjoy the other T. Kingfisher book that I read. But Nettle and Bone gave me, what did it remind me of? I don't know. I just feel like it had the good parts of a lot of kind of fantasy. A young woman is on like a, you know, quest, and she acquires companions along the way. I did enjoy it. The love interest was also like kind of an older love interest, so I thought that was interesting. It wasn't anything like super like, oh my god, I love them together. The romance was not much to, you know, it really wasn't the focus of this. It was more about her journey. It was lacking a little bit in like emotional impact for me. I didn't really care, but I did enjoy like the journey. I enjoyed the characters, not so much the main character, but again, her kind of companions and the magical beings and people she was meeting along the way. So I did enjoy that, but I needed another audiobook. I have officially gone through and paused my Everand in my Audible because I just need to be saving that money right now. But my other thing that I'm potentially gonna try and do today is go to my new library and get my actual card. When did this come out? I just saw it when I was browsing Spotify audiobooks because I do get an audiobook or 15 hours a month for Spotify. And because I don't have like a very reliable like rental audiobook system right now, I figured I would use this. This one is a risk, but I'm giving it a try. This actually literally was published today, Tuesday, the 23rd of September. This is the sequel to A Book of Night by Holly Black. Now, I personally loved The Cruel Prince. I thought it was so well done. I loved that series. But I did not love Book of Night. But the atmosphere and the vibes have so much potential, and I really enjoyed that other series by Holly Black. So I'm going to be giving the sequel of this one a second chance, if you will. This one is Thief of Night. This is the Charlatan series, or is it a duology? It's a duology, so I'm okay with that. Because if I don't like it, it's not a big deal. I listened to both of these on audiobook. I listened to Book of Night, I want to say a couple years ago now. It just didn't culminate into a satisfying book. It was kind of all over the place. The plot was really weak, and it just didn't do it for me. But because it was an audiobook, I was like, okay, that's fine. And I'll do that again. It's only an 11-hour audiobook, so I can complete it in my allocated time for Spotify. That is my number one rule when looking for audiobooks on Spotify, is if it's over the 15 hours and I have to wait until the next month to roll over my hours, I'm not doing that. I figured I could get some good listening done while I'm driving or waiting at the DMV or something like that. So that's the current audiobook situation. I'm really hoping to also finish my physical book in this vlog, but I don't know, because honestly I've been on a major Stardew Valley kick. I haven't been able to play Stardew for like months, and then I finally kind of am like having a little bit of like a hyperfixation moment, and that's been taking up my free time instead of reading. But let's get my physical book. It's out here because I have been reading it, just not like a ton. So I have been reading the Betrayals, and that's our progress at the moment. I am liking it, I will say. Again, very much like heavy vibes, low plot, but I do like the setting. It's interesting, but the reviews that I was reading mentioned that you never really understand what the main like game that this book is centered around, that these people are studying at this university, school, competitive type of, you know, institution. And I'm getting that, where it's very much strange. It's like, it's basically combining like music and math, and you have to write a game. Combines, you know, the angle of a melody or a disposition of a, it's just very strange the way that they're describing it. And I'm like, I get what you're going for. That's interesting, but I feel like you need to also explain what the hell that means in practice. Like, what does that mean? Like, do other people participate in it? Do you just write it as like a script? Are you writing it as like a game show? Do you have to show how the math problems work? Are you attributing math, numbers, and sequences to musical devices? Like, I don't know. It's interesting, but I don't have high hopes that I'm gonna get like an actual answer. It's also very much that kind of like abstract, you know, atmospheric writing. However, there is some like characters who are having a little bit of like a banter, a little bit of like a sexual tension, and I'm enjoying that. So it's multiple POVs. One of the POVs I don't understand. It's of the rat, capitalized. And I'm like, is this a real rat? Is this a person who's transformed into a rat? Is this a real person whose just name is the rat? Like, you know, a mole or a spy or whatever. I don't understand, because they're talking about her nibbling on bits of cheese and hiding in dark rooms, you know, but I'm like, what do you mean though? Are you a rat that has thoughts? Are you an actual rat? Are you anyway. I am on page 132. We'll see. This book also has deckled edges. I would really like to make it a goal for myself to finish this in this video by Sunday. I think I can do it if I just actually sit down and try. Okay, update. We are back. It was a long day. I'm going to have myself a beer because I need to put this Trader Joe's stuff away. I just want to show what I got. Got my new library card so that I can get my Libby hold back on track. You know what I'm saying? So we're in my kitchen. Give myself a little treat, get some of my favorite things, and check out the fall stuff. And we needed a few fresh things. So I'm just gonna do the cold bag first so I can get it out of the way. So a little grocery haul. So we got some kale. I don't shop at Trader Joe's that often anymore, but I do like to have pre-done kale washed, ready to like make Caesar salads. What other veggies did I get? Let's do that first. Egg. Asparagus, because it's a decent price at Trader Joe's. What else is in here? Some celery hearts. I hate how everything is in plastic there too. I've been going through celery, so. Okay, then for fun stuff, my favorite cheese is the Unexpected Cheddar. It's their best cheese. And also got their sweet potato fries. I really like the sweet potato fries, we both do. I have not been able to make a good sweet potato fry myself yet. I'll make regular fries all day long with like russet potatoes, but almond milk because Matt's really been liking overnight oats. So I got him some of that. I got a heavy whipping cream because I really want to make some pumpkin cream like cold brew topping myself. I didn't want to buy it. So I just got heavy whipping cream instead. This is my favorite Trader Joe's pizza. A lot of their pizzas are not good. This one is incredibly good. And we're gonna put my eggs in my little egg holder, but look at what my dishwasher did. It totally warped it. This dishwasher in the new house is very hot apparently, and it's warping a lot of plastic things, so that's been fun. This was one of the fun things that I got that I have not seen there before. I think this is a new seasonal glazed pumpkin pie spice donut holes. Those sound good. Because we're gonna do BLTs tonight, I wanted a chip. Generally, I'm not a huge fan of their chips or the prices for the chips, but this one was new as well. I think kettle cooked rosemary and sea salts. That sounded good. And this is another one of my go-to favorites, the white cheddar corn puffs. These are very good as well. Some bananas. I'm telling you, this was basically a trip for my fiance. I got him his Scandinavian Swimmers, which if you're not aware is the Trader Joe's version of Swedish fish. And he likes the super sour sugar-coated ones because of course he does. He has the biggest sweet tooth of any man I've ever met. This was one of the actual things on the list, the onion salts. I'm using this garlic salt, which is good for some things. This is what I grew up on. My mom always uses this. I prefer the Trader Joe's garlic salt in the grinder. This one is heavier on the garlic, less on the salt, where that one I feel is more salt heavy. And I really like this for my breadsticks. And I made my breadsticks the other day with that garlic salt and I was like, I need my onion salt. So those are my kind of go-to. Also needed gochujang for ramen and my beef bowls. Another thing that I do like to get at Trader Joe's, because I have tried making red curry with curry paste, with curry powder, and it's never quite hit the way I want it to. So I do like their Thai red curry sauce. You can just mix this with a can of coconut milk, protein of your choice, or just veggies, and I usually make some homemade naan with it. Quite good. One of those things I just prefer to buy it because you guys know I make a lot of things from scratch. There were a lot of things in there that I wanted to buy that I was like, you know what, no, I can just make that. Probably make it better, probably make it cheaper. Those are a few of the things that I don't do that with. Another thing I probably could have tried to make, and I might try and make later in the season, but for now I just wanted to have them. I do really love their pumpkin bagels. I get these at least once every season. I didn't get any of the flavored cream cheese. I do have just plain cream cheese, and I might like whip some up maybe with some like maple syrup or cinnamon or something. I grabbed 4 of these little whipping creams. I just think these are really handy to have shelf stable cream. They don't always have these, so I grabbed 4 for my pantry. And then another favorite that I get every year, the pumpkin body butter. I think this is like $4.99. Honestly, it used to be better. It's a little more like waxy now, but it still smells really good. And you know, it's just one of those little like, just makes it feel like fall. Yesterday was the first day of fall and it does smell pretty divine, not gonna lie. So, and I also got 2 of the little tiger pumpkins. These are some of my favorites. And then I got 1 large pumpkin, which I will show. I got one of the fantasy ones that's kind of like that more dusty color. But I'm gonna put these probably in the kitchen here somewhere. I like this color with like the blue tiles and stuff. So these will probably go here in my kitchen somewhere. That's it. That's my Trader Joe's haul. The cat is running around crazy. He's ready for his dinner. It's 5:02. I'm 2 minutes late. They're chasing each other around. They both got treats and that was not enough. Let me show you the other pumpkin I was talking about. This is a light that I still have not hung up, but I got one of these. These are the Fall Fantasy Trader Joe's, $8.99. And then this was that fake pumpkin that I got at Home Goods that I really liked, so I thought those were cute. Next to the wood stove. So I grabbed that one too. I listened to, I think I'm on like chapter 12 of that audiobook. Hans. I think I'm on like chapter 12 of that audiobook, so I'm just gonna relax for a little bit. That was a long few hour stunt in town of library. DMV was not as bad as it could have been, I will admit. The lady helping me was very nice. I will check with you guys later if I decide to read some more. I don't know. Like I said, I've really been Stardew Valley. It's kind of taking over my life right now, but I'm okay with that because I have not been able to be playing it for months, and it makes me just feel like myself again. Like you guys, it's my favorite thing of all time. I'm obsessed with it so much. And when I'm in a Stardew Valley binge, I'm in it hard. So I'm gonna feed these animals. I will check in with you guys later. I forgot. I also went to the post office to pick up my package, which was this. The TV's looking very nice right now in this lighting, but I had put one of these behind it initially. Well, Matt did it, and he bent it too aggressively, and he like disconnected some of the lights. You have to be kind of careful with these strips. So if it happens again, we're gonna not do this and try something else, but I'm hoping I can get this set up tonight, and it looks really good behind the TV, so. Hello, Hans. Hey. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. These two, Hans. These two, I swear. Good morning from my kitchen. I was up early this morning and just took a shower. I really needed to get my hair washed, and I'm planning to just have a cozy day today, and I want to read a bunch of my book, do my nails. But I was at Trader Joe's yesterday, as you guys saw, and I saw a maple like cold foam like in a whipped cream can, and I was like, you know what, I can make that. I don't want to buy it with all the extra stuff in it. So we're going to attempt. I've already had a cup of my black coffee, but I'm going to try to make some maple, just like a whipped kind of cream for my second-ish cup of coffee. And eventually I'm gonna do a pumpkin. I'm gonna make some brown sugar syrup, but today I feel like it'll be easy. I can do some whipping cream, half and half, a little bit of maple syrup, maybe a little cinnamon or pumpkin pie spice. It's gonna be so good. I do like that much, and then if I have another serving like for tomorrow, I can always use it tomorrow, but. And then this is the best syrup. I know it's not like natural, whatever. I don't know, probably like a teaspoon. I don't like it that sweet, but for something like this, you do kind of want it sweet. And then just a dash of pumpkin pie spice. Stardew is never ending at the moment. I made myself a little snack plate for lunch. It's an early lunch, it's 11:45, but I was up at 6 today and I'm hungry. I had that little piece of toast, and then this is girl dinner. Lunch is my favorite thing ever. I am going to look through my nail stash. These are summery, which I didn't get to wear as many of these this summer as I would have liked because of the move and stuff. I was like, I'm just gonna ruin them, so why? Those are kind of nice. Halloween-y, because it's the purpley. Might save those. Got these that are nice. I think my sister got me these. They have like the decals and stuff in like a gloss. Then we have sparkles. These are like good New Year's. The regular, I like those. I don't have as many neutrals right now as I usually like to. These are kind of all something I have to pick. This is also giving very fall at the moment. Also, don't mind my washing machine. These are not as good quality. Like these ones that you'll get at like, I get these at TJ Maxx, Ross type of places. These are not as good, at least for me personally. They don't fit my nails as well as the Kiss. These ones are the best in my opinion. Any of the Kiss acrylics, I also like the Gel Fantasies. I haven't tried this line yet, but anything with a kiss, they just last well and they fit my nails the best. Okay, I changed my mind for the final time. These are a good transition. They're kind of like a dusty pink. We're gonna go with these. These ones also come with the little glue, which is appreciated. I do buy the full size of the glues just to have, but these are kind of like a mauve-y color. I feel like that's a good transition for like late September. Thumbs and pinkies are the easiest. I find the smallest one for my pinkies, and I'm somewhere in the middle on my thumbs. Good morning, y'all. It is the next day. I did get some more reading done yesterday after I did my nails. I just sat outside with the dog, and yes, I'm in my same shirt and everything, but I did want to give a little reading update on this because I am actually quite enjoying this. I think if you really want like a plot, you're not gonna like this. And I honestly am just motivated to get through this because I have so many other things that have come out recently that I want to start reading that I didn't realize. I was just like so out of the loop with everything going on that I did not realize that the Bunny sequel just came out. We Love You, Bunny. But I was gonna buy that, but I really would like a paperback. If you guys don't know, I'm like a paperback fan. I don't enjoy buying new hardcovers, but I made an exception for 2 other books that I will talk about. I don't really want to buy a $30 hardcover of the Bunny sequel because I have Bunny in paperback. My library, it does not have We Love You, Bunny. Unfortunately, I did have to move to a smaller library system where I'm at now, so I don't have as good of a selection, which is unfortunate because I really love my Libby. I digress. I didn't realize that Alchemised came out also, so I did buy a copy of that because I'm so interested in that. I never read Manacled. I also bought the hardcover of Katabasis by R.F. Kuang because I do have the hardcover of Babel. I would like to have that nice deluxe version with the sprayed edges of Katabasis. So I did treat myself and I got those 2 books. They should be here tomorrow. All of that is to say that it's motivating me to finish this because I don't want to DNF this. It's very like dark academia, pretentious shit that you guys know I like. I wish it was giving me more information and like background about what the actual whole like politics, religion, like point of this is, because essentially it's starting to give me a little more context, but we're like 200 pages in and it's kind of like keeps hinting that basically the government is like a religious entity. So I wish I was getting like a little more information about what that actually, how that's coming about. And essentially right now I'm just getting like 2 male students who obviously are into each other, but they're like not doing anything about it. Kind of like an enemies to lovers situation where they like get paired up to be forced to like do their final project together and they like hate each other, but really it's like sexual tension, you know? We're getting a lot of that. I do like the writing and like the school setting aspect of it. There's a lot of cool like descriptions and stuff, but and it's like I said very French, like it's at Montvert, which is like a very, I don't know if this is in France or not. So anyway, I was saying I wasn't understanding like what this was. They just kept saying it's like music and art and it's like music and math. They kind of tied it back to like this whole religious theocracy thing. Then we get to this passage, which gives me a little more context, not a ton, but I feel like this gives you kind of a glimpse into what the hell this book is like. It's bloody stupid. They tell us the grandeur is art, no, actually worship. It's a mystical process of creating an abstract object that allows communication with the divine, a testament to the grace of God in the minds of men. And then it goes on to say a lot of other obscure shit, but it's like, it's good in the vibes way. It's not good in the like, I understand what's happening and your plot is really being moved along way. You know what I'm saying? I have exciting book mail, you guys. This was a bit on a whim. I'm not gonna lie to you. This was a bit of a whim. And yeah, the impulse, it got me. And so we have little book mail, just 2 books. Yet somehow that's $50. And that's why I don't buy books. To be fair, these are both hardcover new releases, which is something very, very, very rare for me. Okay, I just adjusted my lighting. I'm sorry, I was a little bit washed out, but yeah, we're gonna be very careful pulling this out. Oh my god, I'm so excited for both of these, you guys. Archie almost just knocked over my camera. I had to. I just had to. Look at how gorgeous this is. This looks right up my alley. The sprayed edges are gorgeous. But what I will say is this is the Queen. This is the Target. I think it's probably the same, similar Target, Barnes & Noble editions, whatever. This one was cheaper, so I don't know if the quality is different. The quality of the paper does seem a little lacking. And you know, that was me being a little cheap. I won't lie to you. But like, when I can see the text on the other side, and I also don't like when the paper is like that kind of cool tone, like almost blue paper. I love when paper is like creamy parchment colored. And this is not. But this is like the special edition. I don't know if the special editions vary. I would love if someone would educate me on that. When you can buy a special edition like this, like, is it all the same print run if I buy it from Barnes & Noble, Target, Amazon? I do own the Babel hardcover, so this felt fitting. Again, not something that I usually would buy, but this is making me really anxious to finish my current read so that I can get to one of these. You guys, this is completely on a whim. I had no intentions to buy this. This was not on my radar. However, I saw that this came out and I was like, wait a second, that author sounds familiar. I've been super out of the loop, you guys, like super. Ooh, and see how this has a gold foil? That one should have been a gold foil too. I've been really out of the like news book stuff lately. SenLinYu is the author of Manacled, the very, very, very highly acclaimed, popular Harry Potter Hermione fanfic. I've heard this is Manacled reimagined and traditionally published into a mainstream book. But I could not get this. It is so pretty. It was just like seeing this, I was just like, I have to have that. I'm sorry. What is it you think you're protecting in that brain of yours? The war is over. Holdfast is dead. The eternal flame extinguished. There's no one left for you to save. That's what it says on the back. I mean, I've just heard Manacled and this are just so emotionally like devastating that I just feel like maybe that is what I need to really like jolt me back into like being obsessed with a book again, because I haven't felt that in a long time. This is so pretty on the inside. Let's see if it actually says. So it says, riveting dark fantasy debut. A woman with missing memories fights to survive a war-torn world of necromancy and alchemy, and the man tasked with unearthing the deepest secrets of her past. And see, this is what I'm saying. This is the good paper. This is the warm colored yellow paper that, you know, yes, it's thin. Paper is thin these days, you guys. I bought printer paper the other day and it was the thinnest fucking paper I've ever witnessed in my entire life. But Alchemised is their first novel. So again, there's no mention of any of that, but if you kind of know the backstory, you know, again, please correct me if I am wrong about any of that. This is, ooh, we're getting into 1,000 pages and I don't know if that's the epilogue. Yeah, this is a 1,000-page book. Literally. There's an epilogue on page 1015. This is kind of nuts. I was called to this purchase, and if you guys have been around the channel, you know that is not common for me. So This was not new. This was a thrift store purchase, but I am, again, I really want to finish this so I can get on to something that I actually really care about. Those two are absolutely on my fall TBR. I'm on page 255 of the Betrayals. Whew. Chapter 26. Again, I'm liking this, but I'm just not like obsessed with it. I'm kind of forcing myself to read it. I do like it though. It's just a like, you know. And I know I say that a lot. I watch back, I'm editing this vlog right now, and I know I say like, I enjoyed that. Or I say like, it's nothing too crazy, or it's just okay. I need to come up with like, maybe some more different ways to express my kind of lukewarm feelings on books. But this is about 400 pages and I'm only on 250. I am forcing myself to finish this before this vlog goes up on Sunday. Today is Friday. It's about 4 o'clock. And if I don't, I'm just going to. And if I have to speed read, which I kind of, you know, am, I know how to speed read, but we'll get done with it. Essentially, this is kind of like spoileries, but you know, if you care, you care. If you don't, you don't. Essentially, like, I'm getting to kind of like the culmination of the romance subplot that's in this, which is essentially the main male character, Leo, who was essentially in love with one of his male classmates when he was younger at this college, Montvert. And they were like the enemies to lovers, right? Like, but he ended up falling for him and they had a thing. That guy, that brother, dies. And so you're getting the two POVs in the past and the present of Leo. And later on, like 10 years later, he returns to this school as like a teacher slash advisor. I don't really understand still any of the titles and bureaucracy of this school. But at this point, I don't care, and it's irrelevant, really. It doesn't really matter because, again, the school aspect of it, there's no real... The structure is irrelevant. Archie. Do you guys hear that? Before my cat distracted me. So then anyway, 10 years later, he returns to the school, and that guy's sister is now like one of the head honchos at the school. A magister is what they are called. She's like the head, you know, head mistress. Initially, when he returned back to the school, he didn't know that. He did not know that she was that guy's sister. And then like when they kind of have like one of their more intimate conversations after they've known each other for a while and been kind of drawn to each other, it like clicks to him. Like she says something and kind of like hints at it, you know, and he was like, oh, wait, okay. I still have so many more questions than answers, but sometimes I like that in a book. That's okay with me. I just hope I get some answers. Well, I just hope I get some answers, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, there are interesting parts of it. I am enjoying it, but it's going slowly. And honestly, there's just other things I'd rather be reading, but this is part of the read it or unhaul it. And I know that I can DNF something. That's kind of the whole point, is I can be like, I want to read this or I don't. But I like this enough that I want to just finish it. And I have a very, very, very hard time DNFing, you know, and I'm like, come on, like, I can do that. So plan for tonight is to just chill. And I need to wrap this vlog up. This is now a 2-week vlog at this point. It's gonna be a very long one as well. If you've made it this far in the vlog, please, well, first of all, thank you. And like, seriously, thank you. I'm really feeling like I want to get back. I'm really feeling motivated and a little bit just better about everything and wanting to vlog and spend more time putting out more quality content, getting back in like my higher quality videos and doing things that I used to do more so on the channel. And so anyway, if you've been here and you have been enjoying this vlog, please leave me a comment down below. Leave me, I'm trying to think of an emoji for this. Is there a clock emoji? There is, right? Leave me that comment down below so I know, and just thank you so very much for listening. Also, let me know if you enjoy these longer vlogs. I know I personally do for reading vlogs. Like, my vlogs are more on like 20 minutes, and this one is, at this point, I think it's clocking in at like 45 minutes. It's probably gonna be like 45 to an hour. Let me know if you like that. If you would rather have like more 10, 15, 20-minute vlogs, or like a super long compilation reading vlog like this, where at this point I think I'll have read like 3 books in this one. I'm trying to get on a routine like a lot of people that I follow who I like that kind of weekly rotation where it's like every week it's like a long vlog of like what they've been reading and stuff. I personally like that format, so I think I might try and implement that, but we'll see. Like I said, I also really want to start creating content for my like home outside project DIY kind of channel, so we'll see. I just have not been able to come up for air yet in the last 2 months, 3 almost, and so finally feeling like I can a little bit. So I've been yapping. I'm gonna try and wrap up this vlog and not update you guys again until I'm done with this and move on so I can start filming another one. So anyway, I'll chat with you guys later. This is my little Luna, you guys. I adopted her in 2011, but she has lived with my parents for a while, and she now is having some sleepovers with us because we're closer. So it's one of the many reasons we wanted to be closer to everyone, Luna included. So I am going to wrap up this vlog with a very proud moment of me saying that I finished this. And I thought about it a lot today, and I think I'm gonna give it a 3.5 because I really enjoyed the writing style. I liked the kind of like speculative fiction, mysterious intellectualism kind of like vibe. However, I felt like the characters and the plot and the way that everything was kind of leading up, it was missing enough of that like in the beginning. Like once we got, I would say like the last 75 pages, I was really locked in. But before that, I really wasn't, because not a lot was happening. And then I felt like the final culmination of like the romance and like the tension and everything that I had mentioned didn't really come to like a satisfying like end. It was very abrupt and kind of like open-ended, and I don't know, I didn't really care for it. I just didn't care for the ending in general because it was very much non-conclusive, kind of a letdown, a little bit disappointing, but overall, like, I'm glad I read it. So I really need to end this vlog because it's gonna be late. We had a crazy weekend that was kind of unexpected and just busy. So thank you so much for watching. If you have watched this very long vlog, I really appreciate it. And stay tuned for more videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Sorry about my dishwasher. I will see you in the next one. Bye.